Yeah, and where are you finding your clients, Michael? Like, are you mining the database? Are you going out? Are you building your own sphere of influence? Like, what are you finding since there's a generational gap, obviously?
Yeah. So the people that were reliant on the Zillow leads and the pay-per-click leads and everything, those are the people that hurt the worst last year. You know, so because that was so buyer heavy, and there's no debate. The buyers, they fell by the wayside last year. So, you know, getting your name out to the same neighborhood where you and I met, that's my farm, and that's kind of what I love that neighborhood, man. Yeah. So just keeping consistent, even if you didn't add another neighborhood, you don't have to send to 10,000 people, but make sure the 600 people that you send to, they're seeing you maybe more than once a month. Right. You know, maybe they're getting something that they could feel, but also maybe they're getting a handwritten, hey, I saw that your grass was dead and you may want to check that. Something silly that you just handwrite. Hey, I saw that you put really nice Christmas lights up. So I walked around and I shout out everybody that did Christmas lights around that neighborhood this year. So just stupid things like that. But you could do that. You know, there's always a reason. Hey, I saw you put up an American flag. Awesome for 4th of July.
Yeah, God bless the United States. Just anything that you could stay in contact with people. Yeah. Right? Even if it's, you know, like I always keep a box in the back of my car, right? It's got sprinkler heads in it. It's got, you know, things that, so if I see a sprinkler head broken, I'll fix it and then I'll just send them a letter. Hey, I saw that you were wasting a little bit of water. I know you're busy. I know you don't have the time to do it. I took care of it. No problem. Right?
You're shitting me.
I'm dead serious, dude.
So instead of doing like, you know, it became really popular with during COVID and all the flippers, hey, buy 10,000 leads and mail all to them. And dude, all you need is one neighborhood to think that you're the actual neighborhood expert. And then you'll work with all those people and then the web will fall out from out of there. So
if somebody replaced my broken sprinkler head, I would ditch my own father as a realtor because
I do it all the time. I just did it 2 days ago.
I'm the least handy person. This is like where my man card gets revoked. I'm not good at grilling, and I'm the least handy person ever. We actually have a handyman coming tomorrow or 2 days from now to install some updated like Ring cameras and stuff. And I told my wife, I'm like, hey man, I'm just never going to get to it. Can you just give him like an extra $200 to go around the house and like tighten everything up, redo the drawers, redo like the little molding on the shower. Like I'm never going to be that guy. Other stuff, you mean I'll move the whole fucking house tomorrow. I'll pack up boxes and load a U-Haul by myself. But like the handyman shit, I can't do. So if somebody stopped by and like just left me a note, it was like, hey man, I saw that your flag holder was like a little off kilter. I just tightened all the screws for you. If you ever need a realtor, I'm your guy. Like I would ditch anybody for that realtor. So
and it's that easy.
Yeah,
but dude, check it out. Like just yesterday, last Wednesday. So I was in the fountains, right? Everything leads back to the fountains, but I was in the fountains, right? And I see that, it was Thursday. So it was the day after garbage.
Okay.
And I realized that these people that I know still have their cans out on the street. So I pulled them up and I put them next to their garage, right? Well, they saw me on their surveillance camera. They called me up, right? We're in the car looking for a rental property, like right now. Right. So, I mean, it led to, you just never know. I just wheeled their fucking cans up. They may have been out of town. I didn't want them to get a fine.
Right.
Right. So it turned into a phone call. Now they want to look at a rental property. I had them out this weekend. We haven't found one yet, but I'm sure we will.
That's so to answer your question, it's small things like that. And that's kind of what was taught to me getting into the business. And I saw even before I got my license. So, you know, it's easy. And maybe prior to COVID 2018, when I got into the business, he wasn't doing pay-per-clicks at the time. It was kind of new. So pay-per-clicks, you know, you had to hire somebody to do it.
Right.
Well, they've gotten so easy that your typical realtor knows how to do it now. They have a ton of YouTube videos, or you could pay Zillow, or you could pay. So there's a ton of ways to get leads.
Yeah.
But, you know, your time is better served going out and actually seeing the people and trying to cultivate the actual listing.
I have wasted so much money co-marketing with realtors who are like, Scott, I do, 30 deals a year. I'm a big deal, which in LA is a very big deal. And, I'm doing the Zillow leads, or I'm doing Boomtown, or I'm doing Sync, or Commissions Inc., or whatever. All I need is $1,000 a month and we're going to close all these deals. And I finally stopped doing it a few years back. And the last person that asked me to do it, I love him. I won't use his real name. He's like, hey, we're going to do this CRM plus these leads plus these pay-per-clicks. It's going to be $5,000. We'll do $2,500 each. I'll guarantee that we're going to close 3-4 deals. to your point, I went on YouTube. I watched all the videos. I sent him a Google document. I'm like, all right, here's the Google videos I watched. Here's why I don't think it's going to work. Here's why I think we can redeploy the money. I respectfully have to say no. Here's my conversion ratio. Here's my 1 point that I make versus your 3 points. Oh, and by the way, my 1 point is on the loan amount, not the sales price. And I just went through the whole thing, and I'm like, it's just not a good deal for me, man. And he was pissed. Didn't talk to me for like 6 months. And then just recently, he started like exchanging some jokes on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey man, how are things going?" Da da da. He's like, "Well, after $130,000, I realized that system that we looked at, your Google document, ended up being correct, totally correct. We never even made our money back." And so, sure enough, I looked it up a couple years back, and Zillow, there was, I think this was 2020, there was 5 million real estate transactions in all of America. Zillow sold 101 million leads. Wow. So for every house that was closed in America, there was 20 leads sold on Zillow. And then you add in Lead Pops and Realtor Inc. and Commission Inc. and blah, there's probably 75 leads sold for every one house that closes. And you just go pull some guy's trash cans up into his yard and make a name for yourself. Like, how beautiful is that, man?